Hi Pisces, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your December 2021 love reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you who are new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the bridging the gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at the past energies, present energies, and future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we get through all that, we'll actually pull some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the bridging the gap dynamic comes into play. And as far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic. And also keep in mind this is a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Grace. So this is the equivalent of the Star card, and for some of you, it could just be saying that you might have gone through a tower moment in the past, and this person might have come along while you're actually going through your healing process. For some of you, their presence might have actually helped spark it in some way, but yeah, it looks like there was still some healing taking place for you guys in the past, or for a smaller percentage of you, this could even be saying that you were providing that quality to them. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the King of Pentacles. So this is Taurus energy here, and seeing this, I feel like this is saying that they might have actually been the ones to approach you. And we do see that the feminine energy in that card has that shyness, so that could definitely be pointing to them. And then this is you, because you were still going through the healing process, maybe in some way it caught your attention, but you might not have been ready to pursue anything with this person at the time. Alright. Present energy on your side, we have the 10 of Coins, which is Virgo energy, and the 9 of Arrows, which is Gemini energy. So, given that Virgo energy represents your opposite sign of partnerships and relationships, could just be saying that now you might actually be more open to the idea of being in a relationship with this person, right? Whereas you weren't necessarily closed off in the past, but you were just still going through a healing process. So I feel like this is saying now you might be open to the idea, but at the same time, communicating it to this person might be a struggle for you, right? And you might even be getting signs and synchronicities to communicate, because if we see that angel figure there, he's reaching out that arrow toward her, which to me points to them nudging you to communicate, but for whatever reason you feel like you might not be comfortable in doing so, possibly because you might have felt like you missed your opportunity, for example, right? Depending on how that went in the past, but that's what I see there. Alright, and present energy on their side, we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy again, and the 5 of Swords, which is Aquarius energy. So, with the 6 of Pentacles energy, I feel like this is saying that they still do want balance. Now, I will say for smaller percentage of you, this could also be them viewing it as, okay, well, I approached Pisces in the past. This time it's up to them to come approach me, right? So it could be saying that that's how they want the balance restored. If they feel like they've put in more effort, now they want you to reciprocate. But yeah, either way, it looks like at the very least they do want balance regardless. And with that 5 of Swords energy, sometimes that can point to petty conflicts, those types of communication where nothing positive is going to come out of it, but you still engage in the conversation anyway. But I'm not necessarily picking up on that with this, and not to mention with this deck in particular, it actually points more to someone being nudged to take a chance on something. So yeah, maybe that's what it is. It could just be saying that normally, especially with a fixed energy, if you would have rejected them in the past, let's say, just because you just weren't through your healing process, it might be saying that would be for them, it would be like a bit of a risk to actually put themselves out there again and attempt to move forward with you again. Alright, future energy on your side, we have the 7 of Cups, Scorpio energy, and the 9 of Pentacles, Virgo energy. So, seeing these two cards come up in this way, I feel like this is the same for a lot of you. You just might have a little confusion around the situation. You don't feel comfortable necessarily coming forward toward this person. So you might just decide to stay single for the time being. So it could just be one of those things. And you might even be getting a lot of other offers as well. But it could just be that you have that one person on your mind, so you're not necessarily ready to pursue anything with anyone else yet. And another way I can see that too is if we just look at this almost in the reverse order, which is to say that you might attempt to enjoy being single, but in the back of your mind, you might constantly think about this person too. That's another way I can see that playing out. All right, future energy on their side, we have the Knight of Chalices, which is Pisces energy actually, and the Ace of Chalices. So for some of you, it looks like they will come forward in the future and actually want to start again with you. Now I say again, not necessarily meaning that I feel like the two of you had a relationship in the past, but I feel like this is saying them trying to come in with a fresh approach toward the situation. Like, okay, I know that in the past when I made an offer to you, you weren't open to it, but would you potentially be open to it now, right? One of those types of situations. For some of you, it could even take as long as till we get into Pisces season, but that's not really what I'm picking up on with that. I feel like it's more saying that they will come forward a bit more open and emotional with their offer. Yeah, that's what I see with that. All right. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have fertility. So this is the equivalent of the Empress. And it could just be saying that this is the energy you guys find yourselves in now, where you're really, again, like I was saying, looks like you don't have that comfort level to come forward and communicate to them, right? Even if you do want a more stable commitment now. So it could just be saying that you're staying in a more receptive mode, hoping that they would come to you. That's one way I can see it playing out. I do have to say, keep in mind that this could also point to pregnancy energy. So for those of you who aren't looking to have that happen, just take your precautions this month. But yeah, if nothing else too, it could also show the desire for expansion, right? You'd want to grow, possibly have a family, but for whatever reason, when it comes to communicating that, there could be some struggles for you at this time. All right, and the bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Five of Pentacles. So more Taurus energy here. So some of you could certainly be dealing with the Taurus, but if not that, Taurus is your house of communication, so would make sense this could just point to the back and forth communications. And at the time of recording this, we haven't had that full moon eclipse in Taurus yet too, so it could even be pointing to that timeline, saying that this is when all of this stuff really came into play. But yeah, with the Five of Pentacles energy here, this does represent them feeling rejected. And we already mentioned, right? I mean, you can see in the King of Pentacles there, it looks like you weren't open to it at the time because it looks like you were still healing. And even now, it looks like it looks like the desire is there, but at the same time, you're not quite ready to make the leap yet. So this could just be pointing to how they're feeling, saying that they're feeling rejected within the connection. All right. I will say beneath that we do have the Sun card too, so there's potential for it to turn around. But yeah, like I said, it looks like for whatever reason you're just not quite ready to go there yet. And I mean that's perfectly fair, right? If you're still healing, then probably is for the best. All right, moving on to the Oracle cards. First, we'll see what you get from the Aqua Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck, and what I'm going to be looking for here is unspoken messages from you to them, and then from them to you. First, we'll see if we get any jumpers, and then if nothing comes up after I shuffle for a bit, then I'll just put the deck down and we'll pull a card that way. All right, let's see what we get. All right, and this one doesn't want to go back in the deck. And next, we'll see what we get from them to you. All right, and there's one from them. So, oh, actually two. That doesn't want to go in either. So let's see what we got. All right, on your side, we have Unrequited. Says, I'm not sure if we both feel the same way about each other. All right, well, that's interesting. So, I mean, with the Seven of Cups energy, that could represent that confusion there. I was really reading that Ten of Coins as you guys were open to the idea of a connection, but maybe that's where some of that rejection has come into play, right? Where maybe you're not sure that you're on the same page with this person. So hopefully that resonates with some of you. All right, and on their side, we have why. I don't know what has happened between us. Oh, there we go. I don't know what has happened between us. If you're confused, I'm confused too. So yeah, I mean, it looks like there's at the very least in the future a confused energy with you with the Seven of Cups. But yeah, with that star card energy, what I mentioned as far as you might have been going through a healing process, I do see it looks like you may have rejected them in the past, but maybe there wasn't necessarily clear communication around it, so they just might not have known what the reasoning was behind that. So I could see where that could fit. All right, and we have unresolved. It says, so much has happened between us in the past. Can we work through it again? So yeah, I could totally see how that would fit on their side as well. Especially what I was mentioning with the future energy too, where I said with that Knight of Chalices and the Ace of Chalices, they might come to you and say, hey, can we start fresh, right? So for some of you, this could just be a theme with the Venus retrograde that we'll have in December. You might have people from the past coming back around in that regard, but hopefully that resonated with you. All right, and lastly, we'll pull a card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck also, but here we're just looking for one card with general advice to wrap up with. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's see what we got. Okay, we have peace. There's the artwork, and the number is 23. Someone got this earlier too. Might have been Scorpio actually. So if you are dealing with a Scorpio, if you have a prominent Scorpio placement in your chart, maybe you want to check out that reading too. All right, let's see what it says though. Okay, it says freedom from attachment, radical acceptance. The Oracle's message. It doesn't get any better than this. A quiet mind, a heart fulfilled, freedom from want, and the soul's satisfaction. The way to peace is through radical acceptance. Everything in your world is exactly as it should be. Harmony is beautiful. Enjoy it. So, pretty positive message there. Like I said, at least in the present, it looks like things are improving for you with the 10 of coins, but then we also see that 9 of swords and then the 7 of cups in the future. But beneath that, we do see the 9 of pentacles. So for some of you, I feel like you might not be in that energy yet, but you might feel it come to you soon. Your ruler, which is Neptune, is actually going to start direct motion early in December too, so that could help in that regard as well. The relationship message says when two people are in true alignment with one another, they have an innate harmony between them. There is two perfectly tuned instruments playing together. Sometimes it's impossible to tell who is who. Peace is yours and it is to be savored. So interesting message there, because I will say it does feel like there is that potential there, but it seems like there is a struggle with the two of you getting on the same page. So with that in mind, I will read the protection message just in case that resonates with some of you, but we'll see what it says. It says, now is a time for calmness and well-being in spite of temporary conditions. Even if there are dissonant notes in the music of your life, all that means is that you must go within and fine-tune the extraordinary instrument that you are. Find harmony within yourself and don't look to the outer world to provide certainty. This too shall pass, and once again your life will be filled with beautiful music. Well, pretty positive message there. So even if this is just some things that you have on your mind outside of the relationship, hopefully that resonated with you guys. I'll wrap up there and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.